Okay, a little video on services marketing and why it's difficult to market a service. Often I like to refer to it as HIPIO. Okay, so before we begin, please remember to like and subscribe. So like the video if you find it useful, subscribe to the channel so I can grow the channel. And if you did find it useful, share it with your friends so they can get the knowledge as well. So what is HIPIO? So it stands for heterogeneous, intangible, perishable, inseparable, and ownership. There's no particular way in which that order needs to be written. I just like it because I can remember the phrase HIPIO. It's a very easy to remember phrase, but there's no reason why they're in that particular order. And these are what make a services different to a product. So how do they work then? Heterogeneous means that a service is never the same. So it's never the same service each time you run it. Intangible means because once again it's a service, you cannot touch it. You cannot touch that service. It doesn't exist like a product does, such as a cup. Perishable, when it's WIGIG, one of my favorite acronyms, WIGIG, when it's gone, it's gone. Okay, so once that service is finished, it's over and done with. Inseparable, you don't know really who does what. Yes, you have the service providers and you have the customers of the service, but it's actually quite hard knowing who does what. Then ownership, who actually owns it? Because if you're both doing same and equal amounts, who then owns the final output? So I'll give you a quick example. So there you can see my book that I wrote on tag rugby, and which is a product, and there you can see an actual coach teaching tag rugby. So obviously mine's the product, there's the service. Once again, my book is always my book. Every time somebody buys my book, it will be the same book that they buy. So it's very what we call homogeneous. However, when they coach, every time that person coaches, it will be different because they're playing different people. The conditions might be different. The team might be different that they've got on that day. So every time they coach, it will be a different scenario. Okay, so that's the heterogeneous on how the book is always the book, it's always the same, but the coaching, the service is always different. So that's hard from a marketing point of view because how do you market something that's always different? It's inseparable. Once again, my book is my book. You see it, you read it, it's done. But with that coaching, the pink player might say something different and the green player then might add something else. So how do you know what the coaching was, what the coach said, and then what the players said, and therefore how it was different and how it changed? Okay, so once again, when you read my book, it will always be that book that you read. It's very easy to separate what you did, what the book said. The book said this, the book will always say this. Okay, but when you're delivering a service, it's different to know what people do and how the different things interact. It's kind of like how you can never recreate a good night out. You might have the same friends and go to the same nightclub, but it just wasn't as good as last time. So it's quite inseparable to do. Perishable. So my book will never, well, it decompost eventually, but it will always be there. Once that coaching session is over, it's done. They will never get that coaching session back. So how do you market that as a company? If once you've done it, it's done and it will never get back. How can you market that experience? Inseparable. I've said inseparable twice, haven't I? Intangible, I'll go on to then. So intangible, you can't touch it. My book, you can touch it. It's 140 pages of pure tag rugby genius. Okay, maybe not. But you can touch it, you can hold it, you can flick through the pages, you can smell it. There is nothing to hold on that coaching session. He will be giving them thoughts, ideas, concepts, tactics, plans that they might run through. There's nothing touched down. Yeah, they've got a pad there that they're writing down, so you've got a bit of tangibility, but it doesn't mean to say that it will always be tangible. And then ownership. Once again, I own the book. It's my book. I've got the copyright of it. I will sell you the book. You then own that book. You can read that book, etc. But who owns the copyright of that coaching session? So yes, the coach is saying stuff, but as we said, the different players, the pink and the green player we've got there, also chip in. And it might be their tactics that they're using. The green player might go, actually, I've seen a gap on the wing, so we can use that. So therefore, the coach has to change what they do, or the overall product has changed because of that linkage of the inseparable nature of what the other players have brought into that. Okay, so that's a very quick overview of services marketing versus product marketing, and we use a lovely little acronym called HIPIO. So as I said, if you made it this far, thank you very much. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more videos, and if you found it useful, let your friends know so that they can find it useful as well. See you on the next video, guys.